look in the eyes of my brother without shedding a tear for my brother.
What up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the InforMILLy Motherfucking Honest Podcast. We want to thank y'all for joining us again. Josh on the mic here. Fellas, introduce yourselves.
It's A-Dub in his own quadrant. What's up, people? Hello, world.
What's up, guys? I go by the name of Marcus or Marco. Thanks for tuning in.
And lastly, but not leastly, it's Adam.
Cool. We want to make sure we do that so y'all can recognize our voices if you're not familiar with us. But for all of our new listeners and all our old listeners, we want to welcome you back to the InforMILLy Honest Podcast, where above all else in every conversation that we have, we are forthright, vulnerable, and most of all, honest. Fellas, February, happy Black History Month, even though it's Black History Year in this bitch at all times. How y'all doing?
Swell.
Well, I state the stats to stunt. I don't need the front. So, you know, now I'm good. Your boy is good. I got a story for y'all, man. Happened this week.
Okay, go for it.
Where I don't know 100% how this could have ended, but in my mind, I thought it could have ended pretty bad. This is why I chose to do what I did. Not a super crazy story, but it could have, if I would have made a different decision, it could have ended a little differently. Just, and also I've been informed from hearing a lot about like certain crimes and shit going on in Atlanta recently, like within the last few months. I got heightened, I guess, increased amount of specific crimes, like people getting shot on the highway, like road rage, ending in somebody getting killed or shot.
Oh, I saw
literally just happened a day or two before. Say it again.
I was saying,
say it again.
My bad. I was saying like, oh yeah, I did just see that video the other day. Some dude like cut somebody off in traffic, and then when the person tried to pass them again, he started firing like out of his own window, didn't roll his window down, nothing.
Yeah,
let off like 8 shots.
Yep, I saw that.
And that's like happened several times. A woman got shot. In the back a day or two ago, and just shit be happening on all the highways, man. I'm sick of hearing about it. But so this is with that also slightly, and then hearing my girl in my ear slightly informed me to make the wiser decision and not have that possibility of it happening to me in this story. So, long story short, going to work, and the whole time I'm on this one particular road before I pull off on this exit, this person is like tailing me, like with their brights on. So it's very hard for me to see. Anybody who's ever had that happen to them, it's really fucking hard to see. And this is at like 5 a.m. So, and not that many people on the road. So the person is tailing me. And I finally, so once we get off of the exit ramp, the lanes open up. So they just fucking speed around me really quick, just, you know, being impatient or whatever. It's like typical drivers who want to get somewhere and think everybody should get the fuck out of their way, who are going the speed limit, you know? But as he's getting around me, I was frustrated. I lay on my horn for about a minute. I want this motherfucker to hear me. You know what I'm saying? And I was a gangster for a good 2 seconds. And then this motherfucker stopped his car. Rolled his window down. Yo, dead serious. Rolled his window down, and I stopped the car like, "No, I'm not passing you, cuz. I'm not passing you." And he said, because I'm like, all right, things are going on my mind. Either he just wants to yell at me when I drive by and say "fuck you," and I'm good with that because I'm saying no, "fuck you," like one of those videos, like one of those videos from 2 dudes in New York arguing. No, fuck you, no, fuck you, you know. Or he doesn't want to shatter his fucking glass and he's about to light my ass up. Which literally just happened a month before and literally just happened 2 days ago or whatever. Wow. But when he stopped his car, and mind you, we're going like 40 or 50. And then he stopped like at a screeching halt. So I'm like, okay. And I stop immediately. And I start like, oh, it's the highway, bro. I'm thinking about reversing. I'm thinking about reversing my car. Like, he sticks his like head out of his window and like says something I can't hear and then drives off. I'm sure he called me a bitch ass motherfucker or something. Like, something along the lines of reiterating what is already a fact that I'm not ready. I'm not ready for whatever he might have. and then the situation just fizzles from there. He drives off and I go to work. Like, this shit could have ended very differently. It could have ended very differently. So with the information that I had previously heard, and a little bit of common sense, of like, man, I guess that's not my time to go yet. We go ahead and let this go. Let me just let this raw rage go, man. But
wow.
Yeah, so that was the exciting part of my week, man. Point is, I'm glad I'm still here. I'm glad we still got 4 members.
Man, I'm glad you're still here too. It takes a big man to admit when he being a bitch ass nigga. So,
I didn't feel it though. That was literally what crossed my mind. Like, I'm a bitch, yo. But at the same time, some part of me is it's just so frustrating. The fact that like I can't yell at you and express the fact that you were doing something illegal that could have hindered my driving. I deserve to yell at you, but I'm afraid that you might kill me. It's fucked up. Whether I was a fact or not, I don't know because I didn't pull up, of course. But you know what I'm saying? That was the most frustrating part. That was the most frustrating part. Was like, fuck, man, I'll never really be able to tell. But
you think you could have took him? Did he look like you could? You could have took him.
I could only see. I mean, he had like tinted. He had like a charge. He had tinted windows, and all I saw was his head stick out the window. Because like he rolled down his passenger side. Because I would have passed him on the passenger side.
What type of car was it?
He stuck his head out though.
He stuck his head out of his side, and like yelled something at me, but I couldn't hear.
Oh, okay. I thought you were trying to say like he put his passenger side down and stuck his head out. I'm like, this
no. No, he stuck his he's rolled his passenger side for me to like drive by and possibly get tightened up. You know what I'm saying?
Catch the fade.
Yeah. Hit me with that chopper, no cap. You know?
Wait, what type of car was it, if you recall?
Shit, it was either like a Charger or a Camaro. I can never tell the difference between those two.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of them look very similar. Don't they? A lot of those Chargers and Camaros look very similar.
Yeah, he would have got you.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna front, man. Hey, look, I had to make a wise decision, and I used all my intelligence of like 3. I was like, okay, so what kind of information do I have up until this very moment that could help me to make wise decisions? And literally a couple of days before, my girl was just like telling me about some shit that happened similarly, and I was like, fuck it, let me just stop on this highway and think about reversing. But anyway, all is well. But just the point is, your boy still has a tinge of bitch assness in me right now. I still got a tinge of I'm trying to let it go, but I had to get it out. Yeah.
I would have drove back with the seat all the way back.
Luckily, he drove off pretty quickly, man. But that was a slightly scary moment for me, man.
Absolutely. Oh shit, man. Damn. Well, I definitely ain't got no stories. If y'all don't mind, unless you got something else, let's hop into this subject.
Let's do it.
What's up, Marco?
I just said, let's do it, man.
Cool. So we ain't done that music shit in a while. So Adam found a nice meme. I'm sure he'll throw it in and post. Without naming these rappers, name your top 5. So those rappers are Tupac, Biggie, Nas, Jay-Z, Eminem, Ice Cube, Kanye, Lil Wayne, Kendrick Lamar, Jermaine Cole, and Drake. Now, the disrespect to this list, we're going to say offhand, some fucking odd reason, and I can only assume some unknowledgeable motherfuckers who made it, did not put Andre 3000 on here. So we're going to take him out too, because Mr. Benjamin is one of the coldest to ever do it. And so we're going to make this especially difficult and not give that easy layup right there. So I'll
to ever do it, dead or alive, in all of existence from the fucking Ice Age on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And so, yeah. So out of those, you can't name any of those 12 rappers. And who wants to go first?
Question:
What's up?
do we want to do this where we just give off all 5,
Yeah.
or do we? Okay, that's good then.
Let's do all 5, and then however we want to deliberate that. You can agree, disagree, say, man, fuck that person, get them the fuck out. Whatever it is. I can jump out first if y'all need.
Yeah,
Please do.
Go ahead, man.
All right. So first one off the board, gotta be the gospel master himself. Even though I'll admit any day that he ain't averaging high numbers as far as whole projects that are great. But I will ride for him always. And that's motherfucking Wasalu J. Cole. Lupe Fiasco.
Of course.
Just gotta get him in there because that's a not a hometown hero. That nigga's from Chicago, not Gary, Indiana. But
Quick question. Sorry. Yo, I just got one interruption. Forgive me. I just want to know, are you doing this in any particular order?
No.
Or no? Okay, cool. Gotcha.
So we naming 5, and if you got honorable mentions, then you can throw them in there too, but you're 5. So I'm going Lupe because of how influential he was on my teenage years. Second on the list, we got Most Motherfucking Death, aka Yasin Bey. I think he is
Black Dante,
Black Jack Johnson. I think he's one of the most slept on and underrated rappers of all time, because he was invested in hip hop, but he also wasn't in necessarily the commercial success of it. But underground, man, super magic, blackerific, XB, magic niggadocious, or whatever the word you'd say. Like that. I think my man is one of the coldest to ever do it. For my, I'm not going to say it was only one slot for a woman, but if I'm going to give it to any woman, it's going to be motherfucking Rhapsody. Rhapsody got.
Is that your second one?
Nah, it's my third.
Oh.
So first I had Lupe, second I had Mos Def. Then
okay.
And then I'm going Rhapsody because she got bars, she got tone, she got cadence, she got beats. Like she's all around one of the dopest MCs period in the game. And I personally don't think there's any woman rapping that can fuck with her. Fourth, I'm gonna go with the influential man of the season, past few seasons, in my opinion. And that's Toby Nwigwe. I think as far as independent artists go, he's not at a Tech 9 level, but he ain't that far behind. I don't know his numbers, but I'm just saying, like, my man is. I ain't heard so many songs mention a man's wife and children so many times in every single song, and I'm like, still great though.
This Chance the Rapper.
He does Chance right.
Yeah, because we don't never see Chance's wife. It's just
you're right.
Toby be with his family every second,
every video,
everything.
Yeah, Toby,
every song he
no
gonna
cap.
mention Fat and Baby
No
Fat
cap.
and his other child, and every video they gonna be in them. Like, he is clear. Like, my family is my everything. He even says in songs, if I can't bring my family, I ain't coming.
All right, I respect it.
And last person on my list, I got to say the most influential man in music in the past 3 decades.
This better be good. Music.
That's motherfucking Snoop.
hey, man.
I say this like 65% just to piss off Aaron.
And he said this better be good.
That's how I say it for last. Cause yo,
I'm
we
surprised he
cannot act
wasn't on
like
the.
Snoop ain't been one of the most influential motherfuckers of all time. He is
I mean, oh, absolutely, he is.
I'm surprised he wasn't on the favorite list.
on the
I
favorites.
thought
That's
this list.
right.
I thought this list was best rappers. It's influential. I think. Okay.
And that's that. I think because here's the thing. Only reason why I put it like this is because I think besides I'll say old heads, just when I'm talking about like cats that were of particular age in the 80s and 90s, they put Cube on this list, and Cube's influence in the game has started in rap. And sure, because he wrote all of NWA's lyrics and all of that kind of stuff, you can consider him in that regard. But his influence overall is bigger than rap.
Definitely.
And so because Cube
are we there yet? It's
like
double platinum for sure. Are we there yet? Movies is double platinum for sure.
I'm saying like if Cube was on the list if Cube was on the list, he has to be on there for more than rap.
Yeah, for sure.
And so if that's the case, you can't not put Snoop on there when Snoop and arguably is more influential than Cube.
I mean, think about Cube though. I mean, Cube practically started a whole subgenre of hip hop.
I'll give you that. He did.
I mean,
so
that's pretty big.
That's why I say arguably, because that's a damn good point. And so yeah, I got to put Snoop on there, and I'm not. Is Snoop a legitimate favorite rapper of mine? Admittedly, no, but I cannot undervalue his influence on music, culture, and general American culture.
Yeah,
and
the world.
My man has cameos in Bollywood, in Japan. Like he's a worldwide phenomenon.
True. Well, I hate it, but I love Ja. So I'm just like, yeah, I really. Once we get big, I want people to really know that I'm not a Snoop hater. I can't let folks gonna be like, folks gonna be going back in the fucking, in the archives and pulling out moments like this, and I'm gonna get torn up. I do.
Like Rogan.
Yeah, I do love Snoop, man. I really do.
I got two honorable mentions. I'll say them quickly. One who I think is just one of the. I think he's probably one of the greatest lyricists to age. Like he's gotten so much better with age, in my opinion, and that's Royce. And then my last one, I don't think anyone does better features than him, except maybe Andre, and that's Busta Rhymes. Busta got better features than albums, and I know that's disrespectful, but it's all. It is just what it is.
He's such a good entertainer too. He's like,
that's what I'm saying. He's amazing. He's an amazing showman. My man, from Leaders in the New School to the beginning of his solo career, 2 tracks that he has now, he's still been heavy in the game. He has one of the best voices ever, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Just outside of rap, I could listen to that motherfucker talk forever.
Yeah, dude. Nah, son.
But just in his calm voice, I'm like,
just hearing his voice like that.
He's like, yeah, so but I don't know why my motherfucker's like gravelly ass bass is like,
I know, dude,
melodic.
Just Pharrell told this funny story of Busta. I'm not about to tell the whole thing. Just like he was trying to like do impersonations of him, and he was trying to, I guess, somebody from this old school group. What is their fucking names? They were a part of Native Tongue. They were one of the groups that were part of Native Tongue, I think.
Oh, okay. That's like 5, 6 groups.
Yeah, I can't remember. Anyway, one of the dudes had like makeup on or like nail polish or just makeup on or something, and they were trying to take a picture with Busta, and like he just hearing him say, "Nah, son, I'll take pictures of somebody with makeup on, son, nah." Just hearing that gravelly voice, dude, is something I will never forget. I'll never forget that. But yeah, man, dude is
incredible. So those are my 5: Lupe, Snoop, Mos Def, Toby, and Rhapsody. Honorable mentions to Royce and Busta.
Those are good.
All right, I'm not gonna repeat anything. I'm just saying, I'm I got enough people on the list where I'm gonna let everybody ride out. You know, I
Okay.
ain't gonna repeat.
All right. First and foremost, and it's safe to say that I still need to continue to like revisit this person's discography. He's incredible, and I think he should be on I think it's safe to say he should be one of the people who were on the list because he's that top tier. Big L, that's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Specifically for the album Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous. Incredible album. That's actually the first album that I actually heard of his. That's kind of what, outside of just like, if you care about hip hop at all, beyond the beyond what's on the radio, you know of Big L. You know, or you've heard his name being thrown around in different people's conversations. But Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous is an album that I absolutely love. And one particular song called Street Struck is just his wordplay on that song is phenomenal, man. And I heard that, I was like, all right, he's immortalized for me. Yo, he has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. For me. Like the fact that
they need a hip hop Walk of Fame.
Yeah, man.
Well, they do have a hip hop Walk of Fame.
Oh, okay.
In the Bronx.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we did the tour with Grandmaster Cass.
It's like
I think it's so crazy. It's so crazy that he's not in all the Tupac and Biggie. He's in some of them, but people have to bring him up. Like he should start out. It should not be just Tupac and Biggie, Jay-Z and Nas. It should be Big L, Tupac, Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas. You know, he should be in there.
It's the issue is he just didn't have enough.
Yeah,
he only had one album. Like that album that you mentioned, that was his only album. And then he had like a compilation album where it was like mixtape songs and songs that would have made the next album. And then it's kind of like it didn't really feel like a, you know,
complete.
It felt like a compilation album more than. But I agree with you though. I mean,
wait, you sure he only had one album? Because this is saying he had 4.
Well, he had one album in which that he made when he was living that he recorded.
There were 3 released posthumously.
Yeah, and those are always just.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Well, this one
they never feel quite real to me. You know, it's someone who just went and chopped up a bunch of verses and made some.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, we have no way of knowing like how he would have done it himself. Yeah. Yeah, that song Street Struck, man. I remember the first time I heard it, I was sold clothes at Kohl's department store. You know what I'm saying? You know? And I just
two opposite worlds.
I was like, you know what? I gotta be a star like this dude, yo. I gotta be a fucking star. I can't be doing this forever. So definitely Big L, man. Let's go number 2, Wu-Tang. Now, it's probably obvious. It's fucking Wu-Tang. You know? But just like for the simple fact that Wu-Tang is what do you mean? Anybody who cares about hip hop knows the influence that Wu-Tang had, I feel like.
I mean, I know a few especially like older cats who like grew up inside of hip hop and all that kind of stuff, who hate Wu-Tang.
Okay. Well, everybody has their opinion, of course. But I'm saying like my main reason for putting them on is 1, because each rapper individually was dope, but 2, because like they did something like that was legendary, where they had so many fucking members in that one group, and they all had dope individual albums that I think at one time, I was listening to some interview recently. Steve Riskin, I think, is the dude who was like who was like one of their managers or something, right? Or helped them get on. I think he was working with RZA. But like most of their individual albums also went platinum. Like they were in this group and most of their individual albums went platinum at the same time. Like I just feel like that was unheard of at the time, especially to have so many fucking members join a super group. Like their influence is incredible, man. And plus they got the homie Method Man, who I've like should be on this fucking list of mine. I've been a huge fan all the time, and he should be in more conversations with the greats as well. So, all right, so that's 2. Let's go number 3. Let's go with the homie Royce, man. Royce the 5'9", because he's a lyrical assassin. Because Detroit stand up. You know what I'm saying? Because Midwest. Because, like Josh said, he's only gotten better. He's always gotten better. Yeah. That's incredible. Like, it's not often that you see somebody who continually just gets better and better with each project. And when you listen to his old stuff, it wasn't like he was whack.
No,
he was never whack. He just talked about like it. Just he has more to say. Yeah, he just has more to say now. And I feel like he can still go back and do that, but in maybe a more concise, just in a different way. But he's been incredible his whole career, man. And should have gotten more shine like early on, I think. But the fact that he's just getting better with time is rare. All right, that's 3. Number 4, let's go with Bone Thugs and Harmony, man. Just because, just because I grew up.
That's my uncle.
I cannot say that when I hear it, man.
I know, dude. You know what I say every time?
I need some mumble rap.
Yo, growing up, that's all I fucking heard. I'm talking about from age like 8, 9, and up. I'm waking up in the morning. My cousin
first of the month.
Yeah, it's the first of the month. Get up, yeah, dude. Yeah. I was playing like my cousins and his friends were just overplaying that shit for most of my childhood.
Mine was probably like Notorious Thugs.
Yeah. Dude. And you know what? Who else?
They didn't have to go that hard.
Who else was killing it like that? Who else was killing it like that from Ohio too? I don't know who else has made such a
high tech.
Kid Cudi. Such a fuss in like a rap game.
I'm thinking of Tech 9. My bad.
Kid Cudi,
but like rapper, like mainly rapper.
Yeah, rappers.
You know? Yeah, I don't know any other rapper who's really like put Ohio on like that.
Yeah,
MGK.
I mean, come on, man. Come on.
That's totally a joke, man. Totally.
Yeah, of course. But and they were a super group, I think. I like that they all had their own different names, their own different bone names. You know, they were all like unique.
Wow.
And shout out to as far as Bone Thugs concerned, shout out to unforgettable features like
with Biggie.
No, I'm saying features like with Notorious Thugs or Busy on the infamous with Joke at the Bail Bondsman.
Oh yeah.
Or Crazy with what song was that? Boom, 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 boom. Okay. With
Bone Crusher.
Yeah.
Bone Crusher.
No. Lil Jon.
I don't
give a fuck. Yeah.
Yeah. My bad. I'm thinking.
They had one of the most hilarious mystical verses in it too.
Hey, if mystical says a hit, and that's just what it is. You know.
Perhaps.
Yeah. So Bone Thugs and Harmony, man. Like nothing but fond memories growing up listening to them, man. And I was like I said, I was first introduced to like 8 or 9 from my cousin. Was like, yo, who is this spitting this lyrical wizardry? You know, it's funny because I couldn't tell the difference growing up because they all rap so fast. I couldn't always tell until I really started listening. Got a better ear, but all right. Last but most definitely not least, the homie Lupe. Once again, I was like Josh. I mean, he was a big part of our childhood. I guess would you say childhood? I guess like middle school.
It was the tail end.
Was that like
high school?
Or like was that?
It was high school.
Sorry, yeah. High school and on. Dude was incredible. I just like that he's a little bit of a gangster too. Like he'll fuck somebody up if he really needs to. I like that, man. I just like Lupe as a person. You know, I just think he's a cool cat. And he really formed since that first what was it, a mixtape that we had? Was it like was it the Fahrenheit? Was it the first
Fahrenheit
15?
115.
It was just a
Oh,
compilation of
yeah.
just random songs initially that we was getting off
Yes.
the line.
Yeah, we were just down. Because I want to say the first song I heard, I think I'm almost positive the first song I heard Lupe on was Spray Paint Ink Pens. Which was, Ghostface Killer, Mike Shinoda, and him.
Yes.
And shout out to Mike Shinoda, man. Mike Shinoda was slept on.
Yeah, for sure, dude. For sure. So just from so many, he was just so influential to my hip hop listenings from high school on, man. And it hasn't changed. Like Josh said, you know, he's gone through some things musically. But like even now when he puts out those freestyles on YouTube and shit, like I still, it's refreshing to remember that he still has it. He's still a monster, yo. He's still a monster, though. The dude has been consistent in that way. And I just feel like I like the dude. I like the man behind the mask. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's my 5. I'm gonna go ahead, I guess, reiterate real quick, like Josh did. We got Big L, Wu-Tang as a group, Royce the 5'9", Bone Thugs, and the homie Lupe.
Word.
Cool. That's a good list.
It's a good list.
All right. So for me, I'm gonna just kick mine off with the obvious. Lupe Fiasco. Since we were already on it, I'm just add to it. Like I pretty much agree with everything you said. Like I don't love every album he's made, but he has proven that I feel like he's had stages in his career. Obviously at like the beginning, the middle. I'm not saying this is the end, but it's like the later stages. I feel like he's put out a good album in every like like I could honestly say he's put out at least one good album every 3 to 4 years, which I'm good with that.
It's a good average, yeah.
Yeah, in hip hop because they be falling off pretty drastically. But I think it's cool that he can like Aaron said, like put out like a song on YouTube, like a random song, but it's like this is incredible. Like like it'd be cool if somebody like he put together all of his random like single, that he put out over the last like 3 years. That would be a quality mixtape.
True,
but
definitely.
But yeah, so I'll say him first. And of course, this isn't in any order. Unfortunately, I'm gonna say that the same person Aaron didn't say is Big L. I'm gonna say him because unfortunately he doesn't have like a ton of work to choose from. But I really count the 2 albums, like his first album that Aaron mentioned, and the second one was The Bigger Picture, I think it was called, something like that. And it's that's probably the closest to like a album that he made when he was still living, because a lot of those were definitely songs that he recorded.
Yeah, the big
yeah. But yeah, I'll give him. I think he has probably, if not the best flow, he's definitely got to be top 3 as far as just the way he could deliver. He had like this way of like rhyming like the same word. You know how people will rhyme the same word at the end of the line? He would rhyme words within the rhyme. With I don't know. He's had this interesting. It
just rolled off the tongue so well. It was just so smooth, man.
Yeah. So he'll be on that list. Gonna say Wu-Tang Clan as well. I'm just saying the ones that's already been said. It's like I can't leave them off no matter what. So starting with I'm not gonna go down every member of the group, but I am gonna start with RZA. Like he's one of my favorite producers, definitely top 3. It's so the decisions he makes are so interesting to me, and then so like just weird, yet they work. It's especially at a time when like a lot of people were kind of like stuck using the same exact equipment. Everyone was kind of using the same technique at that point. From my knowledge, I'm not a historian or anything, but it just seemed like he was kind of like the black sheep in that era. At least that's what it seems like in my eyes. So that's appreciative.
Shout out to the rapper Black Sheep.
What's up?
Said shout out to the rapper Black Sheep.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and overall, like I just like that style of hip hop, especially in that era. I mean, the whole era was kind of like that, anyways. Kind of had like a unpolished sound, so it wasn't like they were the only people that had that sound per se. But it was cool that they thought that having 9 people in a group was a good idea, because I would have never thought that would be a good idea.
I mean, no record execs thought that was a good idea either.
Exactly. But they were like, no. But what's cool about it though is because people might say, oh, they got 9 members, but it's not like you turn on a Wu-Tang album and every member is on every song. So it's cool the way. What's the cool thing about having a group that big is you can like design albums where it's like you can really make a sound like where it's like, no, we want these dudes for this, and then like I don't know, it worked. In my opinion, it worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's like a pool to select from.
Exactly.
Right. This the type of song, like we could get blah 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 on this song. It's easy, man. That's
exactly
dope.
It's like you don't need features. Like you don't need to feature other artists because you got all the styles you need to choose from right here.
It's kind of genius, man.
Yeah,
definitely.
All right. Well, let's see. My next guy, I'm gonna say, like, this isn't in order, so I guess it doesn't matter. But I'm gonna say Common.
Okay. Lonnie.
I don't think he's been said yet.
I was gonna say Common.
So I'll say Common. For me, he's only got like 2 albums that I could definitely not listen to again and be okay with. But besides that,
Electric Circus and what else?
UMC. And then there's some others that weren't great, but they had some songs on them that you're like, but I would say Common. I think his probably first half of his career is probably his strongest, as most rappers, I would say. But
yeah,
I
don't know, man, because those did come out before Universal Mind Control and because I was thinking about like B was a great album.
Yeah. I'm counting that as his first half because he's got a lot of albums.
He does have a lot of albums
after UMC.
I actually had him on the list. I just had to switch him out with Lupe. I couldn't decide between him or Lupe.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I'll say Common. I think he's one of the few guys that can actually freestyle. And I'm not saying like he's an amazing, like, oh my God, he's the best freestyler we've ever heard. But there's a lot of rappers who don't like go on like a radio show and they'll say they'll recite something that they wrote, which is fine. I don't even have anything against that. But it's cool to see like a guy that actually can rap off the top. He might, mess up, but he'll keep going.
Because it's still that's his own kind of art form. And it's just not really practiced like that anymore.
Yep. And then my last person is actually Talib Kweli.
The other half of Black Star, come on.
Yeah. So for me, like, so I would say that I think the first full album I actually heard from Talib was Eardrum, which obviously is not his first album. But for whatever reason, that album just like, I played that album like so much, like between 2008 and 2020, like that year, it was nonstop.
Man, I let what's his face borrow my that nigga David Croft, Charity rather, borrow my eardrum, and he never gave that shit back.
That's pretty funny. But yeah, like he had this stretch of albums that for me I just love. Like it was like Eardrum. It was like
Beautiful Struggle was a fucking amazing album.
Yeah, that one. But then like the albums after Eardrum that kind of like a lot of people didn't necessarily like. I really loved them. Like I can't think of any of them right now, but like I think
it's like called Gutter Rainbows or something.
Yeah, that one was one of them. Revolutions per minute.
Yeah, I really like
really
that
good.
One. Yeah.
But then he had one that came out like a couple years ago that I really liked.
Gotham. Just one he let out last year. Last year.
That one I didn't finish listening to, but it had a really interesting like sound to it. It didn't sound like a standard like Talib beat, but I really liked it though.
Because you got Quality, you got Reflection Eternal, great album. Right About Now, great album. Beautiful Struggle, Liberation, Gutter Rainbows, Eardrum.
Liberation.
We Run This, Volume 7, Attack the Block, Gravitas, Prisoner of Conscious, Fuck the Money, Indy 500, The Seven, Radio Silence, and Gotham.
Radio Silence, that was a good album.
Word.
Yeah.
That's 2017, so yeah, that was a few years ago.
So like for me, like he has a lot of music, but he doesn't really, and I guess that's his MO, I guess, but he doesn't really like, there's no real marketing. He's not really trying to.
He's just making music, yeah.
Yeah. And that's fine, but he'll make some stuff and I wouldn't even know this dude released 2 albums and like I didn't even know these came out. So
because he's like the people that want to listen to him gonna find him.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So
he might talk about it on his podcast, maybe.
Yeah, but yeah, that's my list. I think, and I guess if I had to do a honorable mention, I would do Joey Badass.
I thought he was going to be on your list. To be honest,
yeah, he was.
Got 2 albums, but
he was on it, but then I bumped him off eventually. For I think Wu-Tang ended up bumping him, which I think that's fair. But I'll say Joey Badass. I would say probably Rhapsody would be on there. And then if I had to give a third, Black Thought.
He was on mine too, man.
Yeah.
Just because he has obviously most of his work is with the Roots. I would have just loved to hear him like work with like the other producers in like rap at that time in the 2000s. And
his solo album was really damn good though.
Yeah, of course. But
what'd you say?
I'm saying his solo album was
damn
good.
Yeah, he's got like those little 5-track albums that he put out, Streams of Thought.
Mm-hmm, right.
Those are excellent.
Yes, they are.
And actually, he's got a song in there with Rhapsody. I thought that might have been the first time I actually really heard her. And then that's when I went back and listened to her other stuff and was like, dang, I've been missing out this whole time.
Yeah.
I had to put Royce in his spot, man. I was going back and forth between him and Royce.
The same. Royce was on honorable mentions, but yeah, That's great.
Oh,
well,
Marco.
So y'all said a lot of heavy hitters by now. I pretty much agree with y'all listening. I cannot not mention Lupe, Common, Black Thought. I mean, I've always loved Lupe. He became a legend to me just off of mixtapes. Like he already solidified it in my mind.
That's real.
Like one of the best technical, whatever category you have. Like I feel like he pretty much checked those boxes. But I'm gonna go with Pusha T, man. I think I think he need to be mentioned on a lot of these lists, man, because even though his content is a lot of drug talk, but actually a lot of his references are very diverse. Like you could tell he knows about a lot of different things. That's what he raps about, and is controversial, but yet is just dope. He's obviously worked with the best musicians, the best producers in the world. So I just love his references. I love the style of music. He doesn't miss. He really doesn't miss to me.
I gotta agree with that. He does not miss. I gotta agree with that.
He got longevity in the game.
That's true. Listen to him since we were in middle school.
Right.
He's about to come out
which is crazy.
And
go to the backyard to yard.
I heard that Pharrell. I heard that Pharrell is heavy on this next project that he's coming out with. Is
I
that
can't
true?
wait to hear it, man. I can't wait to
Did you hear that?
No, I didn't. But I know he's been talking about it coming out soon.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm ready for that.
I think everybody should work with Hit Boy at this point. Cause like everybody that he works with, they ended up getting like a Grammy or something out of it.
Yeah. He's on fire, man.
Yeah.
Yes. He really is.
So what else? Obviously Andre 3000. But we already put that. I'm gonna go with Joey Badass.
Okay.
So from his first projects, I could tell, it was gonna be a special. He was gonna be special, man. We love the 90s, the 90s sound, the 90s flow, the 90s beats, and everything about that style.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think too many people can even do it better than him, even though he's not even from the 90s, pretty much. I mean, he's a young dude, but I think he got even more to prove. But for my favorites list, I'm gonna put him on there. So I'm gonna put my guy Freddie Gibbs on the list, man.
G.I. stand up.
I think if people go listen to Freddie Gibbs, they will find that there's not too many people who can out rap him. Like he's like
Aaron does not agree.
His flow.
Yo, I'm about to fucking dump my head in this kitty litter, bro.
Bro, you obviously haven't listened, man. And for me, being like, I just love greatly produced projects.
All right, so we're giving it to Alchemist. Let's go ahead and give it to Alchemist. I agree with that. Let's give it to Alchemist. Alchemist wins the Grammy for best album, hip hop, and.
You think it's just Alchemist? Well,
that's one album, though, right?
Yeah, this is one album.
What?
I'm saying that's just one album. Like he's got some other good stuff.
His Madlib, his Madlib
projects Madlib and Alchemist
are like top tier in my opinion. And his content is also like heavy street content.
Yes, it is.
He cold, man. He's cold. I don't understand what's your critique, Aaron?
Man, I listened. Okay, so first of all, let me just say that I do like that album he did. Was it Alfredo? I do like that album, but I think I like it mainly because of the production. Like I think he just sometimes the right production can like make your flows sound better, or like there's when you not like maybe it could be a crutch sometimes. I guess I don't know. Is that fair to say? That the right production can be a crutch sometimes. If you
didn't care about that person's flow to begin with, but the production is quality. Sure, you could be like, oh, I like this song better because it's helping me to care about what the fuck they're saying. But that doesn't necessarily mean like.
Can he rap?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
For sure. Now I might just not like his style very much. I don't like his style very much.
That's not a question.
That's not in question at all.
I'm asking well, let's go back to the statement you made. You don't think there's many people that can out rap him?
Right now, honestly, I could count.
That's what I reacted to.
I could count on one hand the people who could out rap him right now in the game.
How much time we got left? How much?
We're talking about the age bracket. We're talking about period. We're talking about generation. And what's the caveat to that? Are we talking about in this generation period?
No, just right now, right currently.
Yeah, like the current mainstream, like
right? Is he mainstream technically?
No, I don't consider it, but
current.
I mean, I'm not saying he's
currently
top 40. No,
right now.
I need to know what that means more. I guess, but
I'm saying like that. How old is Freddie? He's older than us, right?
Yeah.
Probably like 35 or something. I don't know.
Like upper 30s, I thought.
I just don't like his flow that much.
He's 39. My man's almost
I don't like his flow that much.
And so I'm saying, if he's almost 40, I'm not putting him in the same range as like even Joey. And so
he's still pretty young.
That's what I'm saying. Like Joey's maybe what, like 26, 27?
Yeah.
And so to say that there's not many people out rapping him, period, I think it's a stretch.
That's what I was going for. I guess I need to know what right now means. That's what I was more so responding to. Like, are we talking period? Are we talking? I mean,
yeah, I literally am, man.
I respect your opinion.
I know I'm blowing y'all minds, but
I respect your opinion.
I'll give y'all a playlist, bro.
I've only heard one album, so that's why I'm not speaking on this. So and
that's what I'm saying. Like I'm not really giving like a hardcore opinion just because I don't really listen to Freddie like that. I've tried, and then I move on.
I tried. That's how it was for me. I tried too, and was like, okay, it's not sticking. Like, I'm not getting that feeling. Like, okay, I gotta listen to more. That's kind of how it was.
I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm saying try liberally.
I literally think every feature he literally destroys. And every album he's done, every project he put out.
Hey Marcus, this is being recorded, bro.
Ridiculous. Top tier.
Adam can go back and do what he did to me and just play this shit.
Y'all crazy, man. I'm
only.
Y'all out of the loop. Man.
I'm not disagreeing, by the way. I'm what's the word when lawyers
reserving?
No. Reclusing myself. I cannot say that word to stay online. That's what I'm
doing. You're recusing yourself. Yeah. I should recuse myself. I don't really have an opinion. I'm not that versed in his work. Yeah. I just find it hard to believe that there's only a handful of people that can out rap. I don't really have an opinion on this because I don't know his work. And so, like Adam, I should recuse myself, but it's more fun to be a contrarian.
Yeah.
I know I'm being too. Y'all have the right to, but
I know I'm being salacious.
You're dead wrong.
But I was responding more to the statement that there's not many people out that could. I don't know how exactly you worded it, but I don't agree with any way you worded it. Whether,
But you know what?
Like, is he a rapper? Is he a rapper? Yes, I could agree with that. He's a rapper. That's his profession. Yes, I can go with that.
But not like, although I haven't heard a lot of his music, I think I get what you mean by like out rapping. That doesn't necessarily mean that. I think that's what you mean by this. That you're not saying that he's the best rapper, like, from like. I'm overcomplicating this. I'm sure.
No, I'm just saying, like, what's the criteria?
Yeah, like you're not saying like he's like you would put him on your top 5 all time list, right? Or
I mean, no.
Bro, I respect your opinion. Let's be clear.
I'm not saying he on my all time top 5 list.
And we talking about top 5 outside of these 12 people.
Yeah.
For my current list. He's top 3.
Okay.
Like current right now. Like active. Like
yeah, I get it.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, with rap it's so hard because like it's like the only genre of music where like you have to specify like what era you're talking about. I mean, you shouldn't have to, but it's just kind of something we do.
No, I'm just saying now, like
I get what you're saying. I'm just speaking like in a general sense now. Like when we talk about hip hop, we always specify like all the time, dead or alive. Unfortunately, because so many of them are dead.
Right. I also think it's just because unlike other, like, how should I say, the differentiation that happens with hip hop that I don't think necessarily happens with other genres of music is, and I know we talked about this on the podcast before, that the nuances in genre get to happen for other forms, but within hip hop, we differentiate eras and genre
and gender
and gender. And so, you know, like Joan Jett gets compared to Steve Tyler, and, you know, sure.
Yeah.
Are they making the same kind of rock? No. Are they, you know what I'm saying? But like, if you try to compare Joey Badass and Big Daddy Kane, they're like, these are two different rappers. That's two different eras. That's two different,
that's,
you know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
totally, that's 100% true. That's 100% true.
And so I get what you're saying, Adam, that it's kind of hard to, that's why I'm always going, what's the criteria for this?
Yeah.
Category?
I was just saying, currently out of the pool of
people,
you know, the type of rapper that, you know, the type of rapper that's like a rapidy rapper, like a like a Black Thought type of rapper.
Yes. Rappers that are like actually about the craft. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And since we on it, man, I'm gonna make y'all even more mad. I will even say like, or Aaron.
I know
Aaron,
don't
would say,
pinpoint me, man. Don't do that.
I would say Freddie Gibbs is like Tupac and 50 Cent with the better.
Come on, bro.
With the better flow. With the better flow.
No, dude. All right,
Tupac and 50 Cent together with the better flow.
Okay, he has a similar content. He has similar content as like Pusha T's content, but Pusha T is 1,000 times better. It's same content, but one is actually better, and one is like the rapper. But Pusha T is not rapidy rap, but they're talking about very similar content, from what I can tell. I haven't heard every song, of course, but I think that's fair to say. Like, he has a similar, like, not just coke flow, drug flow, but like he definitely speaks on that a good bit, and like the street and where he came from and shit.
True. I'm gonna move on though, man. Oh no, I thought you were done.
No, it's all good.
I wasn't trying to cut you, bro.
No, it's all good, bro. I didn't think.
All right. So, you already said Common, but I gotta say Common, man, because especially for our area.
Yeah.
But he just a legend in general, man.
I agree.
Microsoft.
He another one that's like had the longevity. Also, like Adam said, man, but it's kind of hard to deny his skill, to deny the impact he's had on music in general, like especially like he never, I feel like he never compromised his sound. I feel like he never like half-assed it, even though like he has some projects where we don't think lived up to, like B, or you know,
Find It Forever.
Yeah, Find It Forever.
Find It Forever. Yeah, great.
And but those, if he just put them out, he would have been a legend anyway. But so I gotta mention Common, man.
I do think sometimes people forget like how cold Common is.
Yeah,
and has been, just because because he always playing, you know, some soft ass love interest in a Queen Latifah movie, or some nondescript person who kind of talks and stares idly in John Wick, and so
like a western,
yeah. And so because of the acting roles that he does, I think people forget like how cold of a rapper he actually is until he goes on LA Leakers and murders some shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
dude. I'm always
have y'all seen the Freddie Gibbs LA Leakers?
I have not.
I want to now.
I shadow banned him.
Yeah,
you got
but yeah, I think Tom Catch is a bad rap, and I do think UMC and what's the other one?
Electric Circus. Electric Circus.
Electric Circus took.
I actually like Universal Mind Control, man. I kind of liked it for what it was, man. I really did.
Definitely liked a couple songs, but as an overall album, I didn't really.
I knew what the purpose of it was, and I appreciated his effort in it. Because I remember when it came out, and he was like, my music isn't really made for the club, and so I really want to try to break into that market. And Pharrell tried, and sometimes you miss. And so, as a person who not necessarily a club head, but like, if you're trying to make tracks that's gonna make booties go in geometrical shapes and whatnot, you'll succeed in that.
That wasn't I believe it was like a summer cookout type of album.
Ain't nobody doing the what is it called? The electric slide to that shit.
So I think I've done 4.
Yeah, but Calm is cold. Calm has always been cold. I still crack up to this day whenever Sweet randomly comes on in some playlist, and remember that he roasted the fuck out of Drake at one point. Like, that's hilarious to me.
It seems like he can do it. Like, he can. I like that he can. He has he has kind of a lane of his own, but he can step out and correct somebody if they need correction. Then
back when he was Common Sense, like that was a thing he did pretty often.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's just
he called them a law ass nigga. That's fucking hilarious.
It's the hug and thug, man.
But Marco, what's your last one?
All right, man. I'm gonna go one that y'all might not be too familiar with, but I don't know. Jay Electronica.
Okay.
Now he also is he's kind of like in the Big L category because he doesn't have that much albums, not that much work to really pull from. But he got a lot of mixtape stuff, and I believe he only has one album. The album that he just came out with, not
Jay-Z.
just, but came out with Jay-Z.
With
like
Jay-Z
on every
Jay-Z doing more in person.
Yeah, which I was kind of disappointed with, because like
we're disappointed with the.
I mean, Jay Electronica been hyped up for about 15 years now. So for him to come out with it was pretty much a joint album. For him to come out with that, which was still pretty dope. I was looking to hear more just solo, like.
Yeah.
But his rap abilities are like out of this world, man. Like, he's like a mystical rapper at this point. He's like a mystical.
Are we saying mystical?
He's like an enigma.
The word or the rapper?
Huh?
The word. The word.
The word.
Oh yeah, not.
Dude, Exhibit C alone, like, shut down many other rappers' whole catalog. Exhibit C alone.
For real, man. He's like your favorite rapper's rapper, and a lot of people. I feel like a lot of people still don't know about Jay Electronica.
I agree.
And
I just want to point out before we get too far away from it that when Aaron said Exhibit C, I thought he was talking about the rapper Exhibit. And I was really wondering where he was going with this statement.
Nah, man. Just Blaze. Shout out to Just Blaze, man, who produced his exhibits.
Yo, Pimp My Ride is the greatest.
He's one of the most underappreciated producers to me. Just Blaze.
Yeah, I love Just Blaze, man.
Just Blaze.
I feel like all of the people I mentioned, like, were surrounded by like top tier producers, or are surrounded by top tier producers.
People underestimate the influence of that. That's why I remember I used to words, Ishmael. I used to get so frustrated back in the day when we would be kind of on our holier than thou shit with hip hop and how bad music was in the early 2000s. And people would be like, "Oh my God, that song is so great!" And you go, "What do you like about what do you like about the song?" Like, "Oh, the beat." And you're like, "So who produced it?" And they go, "I don't know." And that would infuriate me because I would go, the thing you like most about the song, you don't even know who did it.
producers is making the music, man, what it is right now. I mean, that's their job, but
right.
I'm just saying, like, they carrying music right now. Like,
right. So, sing off your 5. Did you have any honorable mentions?
Oh yeah, I got honorable mentions. Black Thought, Isaiah Rashad, JPEG Mafia,
Not
pretty
familiar.
dope.
Familiar either, yeah.
Makhami. If y'all haven't heard of Makhami, man, y'all gotta definitely check him out. Like say
the name again.
Makhami.
Can you get a spelling?
MACH. Like Mach 5.
Oh, okay.
Hami, like HOMMY.
I thought you were saying something like Jewish.
I thought it was Japanese. Like,
like my homie
in a sentence.
Nah, he's super dope, man. But that's about. I think my 5 was Joey Badass, Freddie Gibbs, Common, Jay Electronica, and Pusha T.
Word. So everybody out there, if you got a 5 you want to share with us, tell us your top 5 outside of those 12 I mentioned earlier. And we want to know. Some clips will go up, especially on our Instagram, InforMILLy Honest. And you can always let us know your 5 on there too. We appreciate y'all. You can sponsor this podcast on Anchor. And I just found out about this other app but it's a website that we're gonna start using too, y'all. Called Tip Hub. It's Black owned, and we can put all of our stuff on there, social medias and whatnot, for you to be able to feed into the podcast and be a part of the whole nest. And might be a part of the whole. Huh?
Is that a porn site?
I thought about and it was funny when I first heard it too. I was like, "Oh man, y'all, that was."
I gotta say
the Tip Hub.
Sounds like a gay porn site.
But we gonna be on there too. So InforMILLy Honest on IG.
Tips together.
You can sponsor this podcast on Anchor. And by all means, we appreciate you. We love y'all. And thank you for listening to another episode of the InforMILLy Honest podcast. Every connection that you make, every conversation that you have, and every person that you find endearing whenever you want to, engage them. By all means, we implore you, we empower you, and we encourage you to be forthright, vulnerable, and most motherfucking always honest. Peace.
Can't look in the eyes of my brother without shedding a tear for my brother. I really wanna try for my brother, 'cause I truly do feel for my brother.